After a short break, Anifile is back to preparing for a new season of anime starting in April. There are nearly 40 new shows coming out of Japan, and we'll be reviewing every single one of these fresh IPs. As it is with Anifile, we do not cover multiple season series, as we mainly focus on showcasing productions which have recently been adapted to anime. Over the next few posts, we're going to be looking at new shows for each specific genre, as well as establishing how excited I am for the show, which will be measured in my review priority rating, RPR. So, if you're an action anime fan, this post is for you. Let's get started! Our first show today is Devil's Riddle Story, or Akama no Riddle. Devil's Riddle Story is set in a girls' boarding school and focuses around one student named Haru Ichinose, who is the target of 12 assassins who are undercover masking themselves as students, so as to get close to Haru and potentially eliminate her. However, fellow classmate Azuma Tokaku begins to develop feelings for Haru, and as such dedicates herself to protect her crush from any harm that may befall her. My initial thoughts with this is that I find the art style to be very interesting, as well as the concept. The Yuri element especially seems like a curious addition to an already intriguing premise. Instead of going the cutesy way of Yuri a la Sakura trick, Devil's Riddle Story goes down a more action-orientated path, leading to a more spectacular conclusion, and love being forged through adversity instead of awkward teenage fumbling. This show has potential to be one of the season's dark horses. Dio Media are relatively new to the animation world in Japan, but that means there are few expectations to adhere to, and perhaps surprise us all. My review priority rating for this is high. Here's a clip from the preview. Now our next action anime is Black Bullet, a bit of a sci-fi theme to this one. Set in the year 2031, humanity has been brought to the brink of death by Gastrea, a parasitic race which has led humanity to seek refuge in Tokyo, the last remaining bastion for the human race. However, this stronghold is under threat, and it's up to Rentaro and his partner Enju to use their special powers to combat the Gastrea. The government has recruited them for a special mission to save Tokyo from destruction! Now, to me this sounds like a futuristic Attack on Titan. The human race is restricted to one place, and an imposing tyrannical species is threatening to wipe the last colony off the map. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's very familiar. The presentation is very slick, and has an atmospheric tone with the whole apocalypse vibe, but the story itself is not groundbreaking or overly elaborate. Still though, it does have potential to be a very good show with a strong writing crew, Monster being just one of their previous projects, so we should see something decent at the very least. My priority rating for this is medium. Now here's a clip from the preview. Our last anime today is Hitsugi no Chaika, or Chaika the Coffin Princess, a fantasy flavouring this time. Chaika the Coffin Princess is a story about just that, a girl named Chaika who carries around a huge coffin on her back, which holds a huge gun. She stumbles upon a layabout named Tora Akura, who is urged to find a job by his stepsister. Upon walking around the forest, they bump into Chaika and get roped into a world of action and adventure. Now, I'm not going to beat about the bush. This show looks gorgeous. There's something about the art style which pops out of the screen, with each character looking well defined and well designed. Chaika in particular is visually striking with her almost monochromatic look, save for her purple eyes and odd bit of jewellery. The story itself is reasonable enough, albeit a little forced. The whole Tora getting a job angle is superseded by a story involving a girl with a huge coffin. That being said, I'll take the latter plot any day. Did I mention she has a huge sniper rifle in there? I think I might have skimmed it. My only hope is that the comedy doesn't try and push itself into the limelight too often and upset the balance of action and comedy relief. If it can do that, then this should be a fun show. My review priority rating is medium/high. Here's a clip from the preview.
禁断皇帝アルトゥール・ガズ、その娘は皇帝の後継者たるものと同時に運命を担う者。
So that's the action-themed series previewed. Granted, there are other shows which have action in there, but these are the 3 shows which are purely action. Tomorrow, we'll be going over the fantasy magic genre. Stay tuned to see which shows will put a spell on you. Catch you later.